At last I've done it! I've finally quantified Miss Infinity Gauntlet herself in Mutants and Masterminds 3. This had been a long-held wish of mine, partly because of the complexities involved, and partly because she's one of my all-time favorite characters. It just had to be done! Now...
Michael. Did you make this character sheet just for me? That is so sweet of you. I'm sure you won't mind if I take over this one. Rest that sweet voice of yours for a bit. There's me, PL20. It's a bit embarrassing being given the power level of some cosmic being. I'm only human after all. My motive? You, of course. My complication? A weakness. Also you. Ahaha, just kidding. If another character were to discover where I put my core file, that could mean big trouble for me. But you already know that from experience. Don't worry, I forgave you. There's my ability scores and defenses. See, what did I tell you? Only human. So Michael split my quote-unquote powers into two categories. First, the part where I break fourth wall. This called for a rank of comprehend with the dimensional modifier. I can hear not just your little OCs, but the real you. He also gave me two features. Temporal inertia in this case means, even if you load a previous save, we'll always have our memories from gameplay you didn't save. The second feature gives me the potential to go beyond what I've done in DDLC. Imagine me in a superhero setting, using this to modify characters to give them new powers or features, or take them away. Wahaha. As you may recall, I no longer have to be off-screen to get to the files. I'm connected to them. My original ploy to alter the other girls to make them less desirable is pretty well known by now. Mutants and Masterminds calls this mind control. It isn't supposed to be possible to overcome, but all we can do is put a big number on it. Remote sensing, remember when I saw Natsuki's attempt to beg for your help? I think Michael estimated the size of my school when he picked 7. Time travel, you're not the only one who can call up previous saves, sweetie. The alterations I made to the graphics in DDLC, both on purpose and accident, didn't really make an impact on my friends or even get noticed by them, so that's probably why Michael called them illusions. As you can see, I'm still not the best at modifying graphics. Ha ha ha, now for the big one. I didn't skip that movement 20 by accident. When I first saw this, I asked myself, doesn't movement only need 3 ranks to reach any dimension? Then I realized that this is an attack, and that the extra ranks were needed in order to have a DC to roll against. You see the phrase, increased range, twice, because this can be used against anyone or anything I can perceive. This is all so I can leave little notes for you in your files, or send certain distractions to the recycle bin. I suppose my description did paint me as an athletic person. No one ever got to see evidence of that, so I guess it's fair to leave it at 2. As the president of the Literature Club, I can tell you a few things about many forms of storytelling. I even know a bit about manga, thanks to Natsuki. Michael gave me a 10 in performance. He must have really liked your reality. And there's that programming skill I mentioned earlier. 2 ranks of attractive. Michael, you flirt. I'm a little disappointed that I'm not given the status benefit of club president, but I can be content with leadership and well-informed. As to the ultimate effort, I think Michael had in mind the time you deleted me, but I stuck around a little while to share some thoughts. My friends couldn't do that, so I guess that means I have higher will. At the same time, Michael had no other way to gauge that, so I guess this works. I suppose with all that being said, the only question left is where I'd fit in your campaign. I imagine most of you are imagining me as some kind of villain. That makes me a little sad, but I can understand. Still though, I like to think I'm the protagonist of my own life. There are plenty of challenges that can't be overcome by sending someone to the recycle bin, or even mind-controlling people. This brings me to Monika's writing tip of the day. When making a character sheet, there's no harm in making someone tanky, but don't cheat yourself out of the fun of playing an underpowered character that relies on a couple of gimmicks instead of raw power from time to time. I was going to treat you all to some of Michael's search history as well, but it looks like he and his boss have found a way to block me out of that. What a shame. I guess this is bye for now.